Greetings, dear suckers. My name's Joe Bob, and I'm very peeved. And welcome back to Sunless Rewritten. Still haven't found the Shogunate, but we have found the next best thing. Bestiary, the alleged home of wondrous strays. An untidy usher welcomes guests through the beguiling entryway. Beyond the arches lies all manner of mystery and wonder. Who would not come to see the menagerie of the sea? Such is the draw of captivity. That rhymed. The walls that round the island, dotted by varnished guard towers, barely draw a flit of the eye. Not pictured here. Let's see. Oh, this is one of the places that we can perform at, right? And we can sell some of our mascots, but why would we do that? Flemigan Trap? Let me see. Yes! Although that's a concerning amount of supplies, now isn't it? Put on a show with your mighty collection of mascots. Oh yes, I nearly forgot about that one. They finally added that legacy item, the Ringmaster's hat, for collecting every single mascot in the game. I do not have every single mascot in the game. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4 of them. Not counting the ones I started with, leastwise. But never mind that. Gather report. There must be some way to see over those walls. Childlike straining. Crane your neck. Stand on toes. Crane harder! Nothing. You can't see a thing beyond those walls. And snooping at the dock is discouraged. To get anything of substance, you're going to have to go inside. Doom ticket prices. We can enter the zoo. The untidy usher smiles politely as you approach. Welcome, you magnificent bastard, to the Undersea's finest collection of creatures and characters. We do hope you enjoy your excursion. His smile barely twitches as he presents his palm. Spend 15 echoes, or we can get in for free if we have dealings with the nefarious zookeeper, above 5 but below 7, or if we have suspicion 3. Of course, there is no charge for a distinguished gentleperson such as yourself. Ha. Funny. Well then, let's go in. Why don't we? Welcome in. The usher's smile passes you as the gates do. Beyond lies the zoo. Bestiary Zoo. A crush of bodies squeezes you along the sole, narrow path that winds through the island. Beyond, it's barely possible to make out the well-lit cages and exhibitions where the star attractions lie. With so much focus directed outward, one could get away with anything in this crowd. Such as, for instance, gathering a port report. It's hard to find a place to stand, let alone write. Make this quick. Or I buy... Well, that requires me to be no further than 5, but this requires me to be no more than 1, and I really do need the supplies. Cheap. For a given value of cheap. Purchase supplies from a gap-toothed vendor. It's not the healthiest of food, but it's cheap. And by cheap, you mean the same price as in London, which I guess is relatively cheap. Caramel apples. An entire crate of candied goods. It'll be good for morale, if not your sailor's teeth. Ha! Intercept a package not intended for you. A fellow's glancing around, but not at the exhibits. Ha! Another one of these. At this rate, I might not even need to go back to the arms of the machine for more outlandish artifacts. For the gallery of sentences, leastwise. An exchange of nods. You make eye contact for less than a second. You meet in the middle of the path, and a package is slipped into your hands. No one sees a thing. It's only after you've safely walked away that you examine what you've been given. Someone will be missing this. Stepping right in the middle of an exchange, just like we belong. Good times, good times. Moving along. Hurry on, we don't have all day. Could grab a strange catch. I've already got a couple of those. Now we can finally gather a poor report. It's hard to find a place to stand, let alone write. Make this quick. Noticed guests. Notable cages. Visitors from the shogunate, the Umwelt dynasty. Was that an Ozao in that cage? The wide reaches of the Z have never felt so claustrophobic. Over here, an argument. Two gentlemen in very different uniforms are having a terse discussion just off the path. Must we do this again? This is a circus, a piercing inspector bluntly states for what is likely to be the umpteenth time. He's short for an inspector, probably fresh from the academy. By the order of Her Enduring Majesty, all circuses are outlawed. You must comply with the Ministry of Public Decency's decision and dismantle this illegitimate establishment. All circuses are outlawed. And once again, it's a zoo, a menacing zookeeper retorts, towering over the inspector. Perfectly legal within the limits of the law. You have no jurisdiction here. Side with the piercing inspector. It may not be a popular decision, but the law is the law. Is it, though? Side with the nefarious zookeeper. This is the kind of legal loophole you can get behind. Oh yes. I'm always into getting behind legal loopholes, when I'm not just breaking the law entirely. Righteous nods. Even the public agrees, the nefarious zookeeper states, looking thoroughly bored with the proceedings. The narrative really likes giving the zookeeper negative appellations. Unless you bring the whole navy down on us, we're not going anywhere. Now, if you'll excuse me. The pair part ways, heading in opposite directions down the path, but not before both shooting a knowing glance in your direction. For the last time, it's a zoo. A knowing glance, huh? What do they know? Ooh! Purchase a live specimen. There's a particularly ferocious beastie that looks like it's giving a zookeeper some trouble. 400 echoes. That's an eye-watering price, to be sure. My goodness, I don't even have a use for a live specimen, do I? Oh, wait, no. I do have one use, I think. But goodness. I mean, it's cheaper than a live specimen was in the Labyrinth of Tigers in a prior history, but goodness me. I really can't afford that, now can I? Not if I'm saving up for a new ship, certainly. And besides, I know of a way to get them for just under half that price. If I play my cards right. Actually, technically, less. But never mind that. And besides, we should actually view the exhibits at some point during this whole shuffle. Spiders! At least that's what the sign promises. A sticky white ball of webbing sits behind glass. Still waiting on these ones to hatch, an attendant tells you. They're going to be magnificent. As long as they aren't sorrow spiders. But no, they hatch from something very different. A heavy hand lands on your shoulder. Just a minute, you magnificent bastard. The nefarious zookeeper grins. Now, don't you panic. I assure you, this will go well for both of us. You see, I'm looking for someone to transport a package from Hermitage. For significant compensation, I assure you. And you may just be the one to do it. Entirely on the level, I assure you. But it is a matter of some urgency, and we can't be having my people stopped for pointless checks, now can we? Hurry along and fetch it for me. There's a good Z-Captain. And there'll be plenty in it for you, I assure you. Bring a package from Hermitage to the nefarious zookeeper. Another hand lands on your shoulder. Just a minute, you magnificent bastard. The piercing inspector scowls. His face is young, but his gaze is sharp. He made you an offer, didn't he? If not, he will. Listen to me. The cargo he wants you to carry, it's not safe. If you bring it to me instead. My ship is outside, for the Ministry of Public Decency and the greater good. You will be compensated. The greater good. Oh dear.
How can this be for the greater good? The greater good. Shut it!
No circuses. Oh dear. What in the blazes have I gotten myself wrapped into this time? Bloody Carney folk. Oh well. Time to go. A burst into the cold air. Suddenly, you're no longer being shoved. You spill out onto the dock, just a short distance away from your ship. After the cacophony of the zoo's interior, it's strangely quiet. Okay. Alright then. Let's pay for the dubious naturalist to enter bestiary. He's as excited as a child, bounding up to the gates with glee. Natural wonders. Sometime later, the naturalist emerges, dizzy with joy. What sights! What thrills! What dazzling displays of nature! I bought a lanyard. Away from the overstimulating bustle of the zoo, he grows quieter. I do wonder how captivity affects the animal's behavior. It can't be a true representation of how they live in the wild. And I also wonder... He grows quieter still. How do they source their attractions? I think I very well might be getting an insight into that one. Soon enough. Pay an exorbitant price to peek at the unloading dock. The workers would be more than happy to show you around for the right price. The right price is apparently 1,000 echoes. Blimey. I think I'll pass on that one. Is this a good idea? Sometimes it's best not to know how the sausage is made. Especially if there are any sausages being made. Let's set a trap then. Are there any Blemigans here? A Blemigan? You wheel your barrel and bait as far as the outer wall, but are stopped by an usher. No outside food is permitted. Ugh! Okay, I'm fully on the inspector's side now. This place needs to burn. Concessions protectionism is a blight upon the industry. What industry? Every industry. As you contemplate sneaking a firkin in under your coat, you hear a dreadful commotion from inside the zoo. After a full minute of clattering, clanging, and running feet, a battered Blemigan pulls itself triumphantly to the top of its enclosure. With a shrill whistle and a tentacled salute, it leaps from the high wall, spinning fully 3 times before landing perfectly in your open trap. You whistle nonchalantly as beast handlers spill forth from the entrance and rush about with truncheons. Good times, good times. Speaking of good times, arrange for the Songweaver to perform at Bestiary. Beasts do entertain. More than a pack of performing monkeys. That the maestro will perform is no question. It takes time, however, to get it through the zookeeper's head that he does not wish to become a permanent exhibit. At last, the zookeeper shrugs. It is unconventional, but if it draws people in, so be it. We'll prepare a cage size for ocelots. The venue is ready, the audience is packed, the musicians are testing their instruments, but the millipede maestro seems ill at ease. Hey, Toady, you've been great so far, and I just need you to get this one thing for me. Or 3 things in this case. Give the millipede maestro some fuel. Pyrotechnics! What kind of band are we, if we can't blow stuff up? Fair enough. Auditory hallucinations. You spend the entire performance some distance from the venue, wincing as each successive boom surely does more than to startle the crowd. But the cheering never lets up, and the thrashing of the music is only carried further by the explosions. Sounds like a night to remember. Indeed. Quite a peculiar bit of entertainment as far as zoos go, but, well. Oh right, I forgot to do this. Speak with the gregarious occultist. Try to lift their spirits, for they have failed to find any new divine spirits. If there's one thing this game really does capture about the spirit of Fallen London and the Sunless Sea, it's its relentless punning. Crisis of faith. I have called every name in the tomes, enacted every ritual. None have changed any port's behavior, and no beings have acted any differently than when I say nothing at all. Fittingly, this is the last thing you hear them speak for some time. Introduce the occultist to a minor god of the Z, or return them to London. A minor god of the Z, huh? Where would we find one of those? Well, just to show you what happens, let's do these. Wait, sell a live specimen. I wonder what that live specimen I didn't buy would go for. Anyway, a change of scenery may put the pep back into it. Oh yes, the comatose ferret. That's the longest rat I've ever seen. Not a rat? Ah, close enough. We'll put it with his fellows and see what they make of it. Here's admission for one. Do these people know the first thing about zoology? You'd think they would, given that they run a zoo, but oh well. No one ever said they had to be good at their jobs. The ship is small for such a large creature. Would this island be more to its liking? Yes, good. We'll put it to work right away. Else have it perform. Else the tigers get it. A bony shrug. Either way, we'll put it to use. Wow, 45 echoes for the both of them. That's rubbish. Well, at any rate, let's tarry a little longer so I can show you what the actual exhibits look like beyond that one single one I showed you. View the exhibits. You may as well, while you're here. Monkeys! Hey, we're the monkeys. People say we monkey around, but we're too busy singing to put anybody down. God, I can't remember a goddamn thing about that show except for that one scene where the guy was tasting the guy's food and he was like, "It's poisoned and a little rare." Great. One of my all-time favorite gags. Anyway, a troop of hairy simians cluster in their enclosure, largely ignoring the world outside. You wait patiently for them to start doing the tricks they're famous for, but they seem content to nap or calmly groom one another. One eyes the enclosure's sole tree with the knowing gaze of an escape artist, but makes no move with so many eyes upon her. Okay. Blue prophets. Ah, those bastards. A miniature flock of bright blue birds sits on perches atop a hill. Heavy chains keep their captivated audience well back. One opens its bill and the crowd gasps. But all is well, unless someone nearby happens to be named Ka. Ha! Rats! We're rats. We're the rats. 6 rats perform an elaborate song and dance routine on a tiny stage. It's a living, the smallest trills comically, and is promptly shushed. Well, at least one of the acts wasn't a complete disappointment. Wolves! Wait. Men and women in ill-fitting wolf costumes are crammed into a dusty cage. The word thief is branded into each of their foreheads. Let us out, one cries, rattling the bars. Adults laugh. Children jeer. That's not concerning in the slightest. Well, if it is a circus, it's a rubbish one. All the more reason to destroy it. But at any rate... Well, Hermitage is over there, and we're swinging down anyway. Probably have time to go there. Let's just hope we find the Shogunate, and soon, because blimey. Glad I got rid of so much crew. Engaging in piracy and all that. Well, actually, if Oishageta is over there, then I should be able to... Well... Huh? What? Founder's Island? Huh. I could have sworn that rock formation was the... Oh well. Founder's Island it is then. I hope they have food. Look at it gleam. A place of light, hope, and dreams. Far above, a hole in the roof beams down light onto these welcome parties of waving palms and furnaces of white dunes. A far cry from the surface, the sunlight here is cold and soft. A shimmering air is the only sign of movement. Cold and soft, that... What? Well, that's the opposite of Fiddler's Gold, now isn't it? Or whatever it was called originally. Aestival, yeah. Symbol purport. How can a jewel of the sea remain so empty? Unglamored. What? Gather supplies. The treasures of the jungle lie close to shore, waiting to be taken, but your crew are reluctant. Strange company. Their sailors return with arms full and eyes wide. They report of functioning crab traps with nothing in them. Rows of berries already picked clean. The carcass of a wild boar, stripped bare of any meat. There has to be someone else on this island. But no, there's nothing. Nothing. Somewhere these supplies come from. How can a jewel of the sea remain so empty? Trembles without wind. You send your crew to fan out along the beach. Most return in a matter of minutes, complaining of chills and strange forces pushing them in unwanted directions. Those brave few who reach the tree line report a jungle of collapsed structures and abandoned buildings. Is all that we see or seem but a dream within a dream? Edgar Allan Poe, from the eponymous poem. That's definitely not nothing, then. Something is actively keeping us away from whatever is there. Well, whatever's there is not Blemigans. Explore the island. Tales of spirits haunt this place. Tales of spirits haunting this place haunt this place, I suppose. You're going to get to the bottom of it. Indeed, that which can be destroyed by the truth should be. Onward and inward. You feel something brush past you as you make your way through the tree line. There is a strange, muted silence. The island's innards. Something strange is happening on this island. How will you investigate? Try to focus. There's something here just at the edge of your vision. Scope it out. Use your telekaleidoscope. This may just be the tool you need. Or simply see through the glamour. You've been around the Z enough times to recognize when something's up. If I had 20 more mirrors. There's certainly something there. Something trying to hide itself. If you can only discern exactly what. Unglamored. Continue to focus. An itch forms at the back of your mind, urging you onward. String the pieces together. Failed. No use. Something invisible shoves you, spinning you around and down to the sand. By the time you've picked yourself up, your focus is quite gone. So that's the trick then. Each failure at any of these not only gives me terror, but resets me. Concerning. Can I get my mirrors up any higher? Yes, 6 higher. But that's a far sight from the 20 that I'd need. I could get it at most 15 higher if I blew all my secrets on it, which is probably worth it, but that's still not enough. As enticing as a cake and twice as sweet. Ha. At least I was right about getting supplies here, even if I didn't realize where here was. I'm gonna get some more supplies from here. You know what? Fuck it. I can take terror. I mean, I need more terror in a sense to start your storyline, so fuck it. There. It's all coming together.
Oh yeah, it's all coming together.
Pieces form. Echoes that your mind manages to connect into something like a coherent image. Just a little bit longer. Break the glamour. You can almost see it. Your mind strains with everything it's got. Hold it together. Yes! Finally! Like a shattering of glass, a new world comes into view. Active buildings, glass instruments, scientists strolling along the beach. A sign beside a sudden main road welcomes you. King's Cradle Foundation. Oh yeah! Star Wars, baby! Do the impossible, see the invisible. Row, row, fight the power. Second try, never fucking punished. There we go. Did something change? Ha! Oh yes, something changed. That's new. Enter the King's Cradle Foundation. At the end of the paved road from the docks is a laboratory of some kind. A formal visitation. The attendant at the front desk notes your name and provides you a visitor's pass. You seem to be expected. King's Cradle Foundation. The foundation is dreamlike in its structure. Rooms arranged seemingly without order along curved hallways that encircle the building. A dusty office, an empty cafeteria, a silent library. You at last find some measure of company in a room that resembles a hospital ward. The patients all fast asleep and being monitored closely by an aloof nurse. Introduce yourself to the aloof nurse. What exactly is going on here? Impossible. But what I can do is what I came here to do. Ask to speak to the director. The aloof nurse rudely informs you that the director is very busy, but her tune changes when she sees the box. Oh yes, a long time coming. Like 8 or 9 episodes coming, in fact. Advice from the melancholy director. The director's office is sparse and functional, a reflection of the director herself, who eyes you and the box with a tangible world weariness. Yes, she says, I know that box. Our mutual friend never went anywhere without it. I could tell you when Nat became of him, but I fear the information would do you little good. Instead, she opens her desk drawer and extracts a broad bottle unopened. Chateau de Sceaux, 1866, saved for a special occasion. Give me the box, and this is yours. Would do me little good. I'll be the judge of that. What became of the elusive benefactor? It was worth a try. Quite. Prisoner's honey took him, I'm afraid. I've got some of that. He spent more time in Arbor than here, and when he was awake, he was pressuring me to join him at some temple he frequented. One day, he disappeared, and never came back. I can only imagine he fell afoul of Arbor's new rulers. If you still wish to chase him, be careful. Parabola isn't what it once was. Go to your lodgings to seek answers in Arbor. Not that we need to be in our lodgings to get lost in honey, but it's best to be somewhere that we can be assured of our safety now, isn't it? Among other things. I wonder what's changed here. The Foundation takes most of the island's bounty for themselves, but there's more than they need. Chilling mysteries. Your crew disappear into the wilds, returning with scant pickings and a savagely mauled arm. None of them claim to have seen what attacked. Aye, you don't want to go too deep into these woods, a nearby scientist confirms when pressed. We learned the glamour by watching the things in there, but we haven't been able to break it ourselves. Oh. So they're not even the source of the glamour, they're just using it. They've just co-opted it. Then what the hell is going on here? What is this false light? Wherefore this false light? We may never know. Because they probably haven't written it yet. At least we got a lot of supplies. Well, let's hope we can find the Shogunate before we start having to blow all these supplies on replenishing our fuel. Might need to run dark for a bit now. It seems. Ooh. Think we're up for a pirate frigate? Maybe not. We're a bit low on ammo. Garrick's scalpel. Ah! Maybe this is Oshigeta. Henson's Landing. Ooh! Hello! This is what replaces No Word Lost. Not exactly what I was looking for now, is it? Do they have fuel here? I don't recall. Yeah. A musical welcome. Oh dear God. Strains of song reach your ears as you approach the port. Sailors rush to the railings, scrambling past each other for a better view. This was me last captain's favorite place on the Z, one yells to the others. I can't wait to show you around. Once the ship is secured, you follow your crew to see what the fuss is about. A peculiar sight meets your eyes. The edge of the dock and the village beyond is thronged with small figures. The tallest among them barely waist high, most of them much smaller. They're brightly colored, with large heads and eyes, and a soft, fabric-like texture to their skin. About half resemble humans, while the others are built like children's imaginings of dogs, cats, rats, sheep, or other animals besides, some of which you don't recognize at all. Wherever you look, their feet are conveniently hidden behind rocks, bushes, crates, or one another. As though they'd been waiting for your appearance, the nearest figures let out a loud, high note, which more and more of them begin to harmonize with, opening their red mouths wide. Before you know it, it seems as though the entire island has burst into song. Did I miss something? When did we get to Disneyland? Oh, on Henson's Landing, there's an ancient tale of a cutthroat pirate and the ship he sailed. With a crew of the damned and the slave he'd freed, he patrolled these waters to pursue his greed. But in order to keep his ill-gotten gains, he buried them deep 'neath this island's plains. The clothes folk welcome you, the sisters welcome you, the island welcomes you, the island welcomes you. Now that captain's gone, but his sins have stayed, with a legendary map and an iron spade, for there's treasure to be found in this pirate's lair, all those ancient riches hidden on a wing in prayer. So if ye be brave, and if ye be bold, come to Henson's Landing for that pirate gold. The clothes folk welcome you, the sisters welcome you, the island welcomes you, the island welcomes you. What the fuck is the meter of this? What in the goddamn fuck? Disembark. That was something, and I will remind you that the bad singing will continue until my demands are met. Warm fuzzies. The clothed folk surround you curiously as you make your way into the village. We're so happy you're here, an unconvincing lion says, wrapping your knee in a surprise hug. I just know we're going to be the best of friends. It's strange, but here you feel warm inside, loved and welcomed. Perhaps you could be persuaded to stay on this island a while. Song is still stuck in your head. Henson's Landing, purportedly an island of legend, though it's not of any legend you're familiar with. Wherever you go, many-colored clothed folk poke their heads out from behind corners and barrels, singing the most darling little tunes. The air is sweet, and the ground is spongy underfoot. And you never see their feet. Assemble a port report. What rhymes with clothed folk? Poetic musings. You find yourself humming the clothed folk's latest song as you write. While it's clear that the actual day-to-day running of the island is up to the pushy saleswoman, their miniature companions are so much better suited to the verse that you're steered towards writing. Your completed report takes thrice as long as usual, but is written in a playful iambic meter that the Admiralty is sure to not appreciate at all. Dear God. It's time to face your maker on the Muppet Show tonight.
It's time to face your maker on the Muppet Show tonight.
Well, that's all certainly a concept. Visit the X marks the spot. A local tavern lights up the village. A warm welcome. The door swings open to a cozy tavern. You catch the tail end of a song and a round of laughter and applause as you step inside. The cold outside world already seeming like a distant dream. The tavern looks like it came straight out of a storybook, painted brightly and full of smiles. The bar is run by a pair of nearly identical women in red cloaks, more of their ilk shuttling from table to table with wares. Clothesfolk chat with and entertain clusters of sailors, although from their dress, some of them may be pirates. Either way, all's peaceful now. The pushy saleswomen have a sale on wine. 1 time only, get it while it lasts. 1 time only, no more than 4. Not sure that quite maths out, but okay, sure. I'll get some wine. What a deal! They hand over your wares, squabbling with one another over your coins. Come back soon, the oldest says smugly. We know you will. Same. Okay. Introduce yourself. A new arrival, the clothesfolk cheer. Come in, and know me better, man. Tell us a story. Introductions. A Z captain strikes up a song on his accordion, which the clothesfolk join in with in perfect harmony. The women in red laugh and keep the drinks flowing. Speak to the clothesfolk. They surround you like a gaggle of curious schoolchildren, bobbing and weaving their heads in unison. Curious names. Despite their wildly varied appearances, all seem to have the same voice and mannerisms. What should you call them to distinguish one from another? I'm Pando, the nearest replies giddily. And what about the other? I'm Pando, it says. And the next? I'm Pando. You are starting to get the idea. The idea that whoever has its appendages in these Muppets, well, despite the name, Jim Henson, it is not. Speak to the pushy saleswomen. Already they're eyeing you as a thief views a mark. Business-oriented speech. You manage to engage one of the women in conversation through the pretense of examining her wares, if you know what I mean. Oh, all sorts come to this island, she says airily, in search of the treasure, you know. Some even find it. And if you're one of the lucky ones, we'll be happy to take it off your hands. Are they gonna mug me? I feel like they're gonna mug me. Speak to the discerning scallywag. One of the sailors in the corner has the marks of a captain. Legitimate or piratical, you can't tell. Comrades in inquiry. He catches your gaze with remarkable rapidity. Come to join the hunt, eh? He inquires loudly. Figured as much when I heard the song. They say Shroombeard's greatest treasure is still on this island, waiting to be found. What do you wager I'll be the one to dig it up, eh? Shroombeard. That's a suggestive name. Oh, I'm hunting, all right. But the hunt for Shroombeard's greatest treasure? Well, maybe. Back to the ship. This has been fun, but you have places to be. A distant chill. There's a sweet scent to the air as you leave the tavern, one that fades before you can identify it. Come back soon, Someone behind you yells just before the door swings closed. The dusty road. You scarcely reach the outskirts of the village when you spot something that wasn't there on your approach. A piece of folded parchment lies in the middle of the road, one folded over corner, suggesting the outline of a map. Oh. This can't possibly be any sort of trap now, can it? A mysterious map just happening to be in my path just as I'm about to leave. Leave the map. You're not here to pick up trash. Unaccosted. With a shake of your head, you carry along your way. Just a few steps beyond, there's a slight scuffling sound. And when you look back, the map has vanished. Probably a mimic. The dusty road. You're halfway back when, in the shadows between a village and the docks, something small scuttles out of a bush and drops something in the road in front of you. Before you can discern its form, it vanishes back into the bush. You approach. It's the same map. The bush is empty. Oh yes. Okay. So not mimic then. That's even more concerning. Leave the map. You won't be party to whatever they're trying to pull. No time for games. More irritated than intrigued, you carry on your way. After you step over the map, you hear that same noise behind you, and without looking back, you know that the map has vanished. As you approach your ship, you see one of your sailors waving to you, a sheet of parchment in hand. You approach with a sinking feeling. "It's the strangest thing, Captain," she says to you. "Someone went and threw this through one of the port side windows, wrapped around a rock. What do you think it means?" She holds out a familiar map. Take the map. No option to throw it into the sea? Damnation. Take the map. Fine. Unintelligible scrawlings. With a heavy sigh, you unfurl the map. Sure enough, it's a map of Henson's Landing, one with several circled and marked locations scattered seemingly at random across the island. The margins are crammed with text that spirals in all four directions, either in some sort of code, or so messy as to be unreadable. Either way, it's temporarily beyond you. Oh joy, an old map of Henson's Landing. Just what I always wanted. I can see that old Shroombeard is not taking no for an answer. Wherefore art thou trying to keep me here? Well, I guess we'll just have to find out next time. So until then, I have been Joe Bob, and I'm very peeved. And remember, dislike the video, unsubscribe if you're for some reason subscribed, and leave a nasty comment in the comment section down below. Fuck you all so much for watching, and so long, suckers.